Factorizing is the process of finding the factors and putting the brackets back in. It's actually the opposite of expanding. So factorizing and it is the opposite of expanding. So when you're expanding the brackets, for example, if you have 2 into x plus 3, you will end up with 2x plus 6. Now, this process of moving from the left to the right is what we call expanding or expanding brackets. What you're saying here is the opposite of that, where we are introducing the brackets, is what we call factorizing. So I'll look through some examples to explain this in detail. Remember, the first step is finding the factors. So from this question A, the factors of 2x is 2 and x. The factors of 4 is 2 and 2. The common factors here are 2. So I write 2 outside the bracket. What remains is, on the left it's x minus, on the right is 2. So if I was asked, if the question was factorize 2x minus 4, then all I have to do is, remember, first step, find the factors, and then take out the common factor, and then introduce the brackets. So in B, I'll do the same thing. Factors of 12, so I need to come up with factors of 12. I know 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. So 12 is 2, 2, and 3. And of course we have x as well. 18 will be 2, 3, 3, and we have x and y. So we have x and y. So the common factors here are 2, we have 3, and we have x. So 2 times 3 is 6 times x, that will be 6x. So my highest common factor will be 6x. What remains on the left is 2. What remains in the right, on the right is 3y. So 12x minus 18xy, when factorized, fully factorized, you end up with 6x into bracket 2 minus 3y. In C, we'll do the same thing. Start by, of course, finding the factors, P, Q, and then here I'll have 2. I think it's better if I use a different color here. So I have 2, 2, 2, 2, Q, and R. So the common factors are Q. In fact, it's just Q. So my answer will be Q into bracket P on the left minus 8R. There are shorter ways of doing it. With experience, you should be able to figure out the shorter ways of doing it. But in the meantime, I'll just try to use the long way. So 2x, y. And then here, factors is just y and z. Common factors is just y. So my final answer will be y into bracket 2x minus z. Here is another question. Start by finding factors of each of these terms. So on the left, we have 2, 2, and x. On the right, I have several lots of 2. So 2, 2, 2, 2, and then x and x. What's common? We have 2, 2, 2 there, and 2, x as well. So everything on the left is common. So what you're going to do here is we'll write 4x, and then I'll write 1. I'll explain why. Minus, on the right we have 4x. Now this one here is what we call the placeholder. Because if I didn't write anything, then suppose I expanded this, I would have ended up with a question. So the idea of having 1 there is, remember, if I expand this, 4x multiplied by 1 is 4x. 4x multiplied by 4x is 16x squared. So the 1 there, the fact that you've actually used all the factors, you have to place 1 there because it's the placeholder. Right? That's very important. Otherwise, if you wrote 0, then if you expanded that, you'll not be able to get what you had initially. Okay, so let's move on. Here, 8, you'll have 2, 2, and 2. And of course, you'll have x and x. For 12, you'll have, let me just write this x properly. Doesn't look good. Just erase it again and write that as x. It's better. Here I'll have 2, 2, 3, and x. So what's common here is, let's see, we have 2 and 2, 2 and 2, and then we have x. So 4x is our common factor here, highest common factor. What remains is 2x on the left plus 3 on the right. So it's 4x into 2x plus 3. Final answer. Here you have A, and B. Here you have A, B, and B. So common factors are, we have A, B, and B. So I'll have AB into bracket A minus B. And that's it.